lane. And, even if a black guy moves into the suburbs and he lives next door to me, I'm probably reluctant to go and make friends with him and say, hey, but how are you doing? Let's have a bride together or whatever. Because we don't understand each other.
Yeah.
The minute we start talking to each other, or living and seeing and hearing the stories in the background and all that sort of stuff, then we begin to understand each other. Then we can relate, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you'll find out that there's nothing different between you and me. Beside our skin color. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We feel the same, we hurt the same, we respond the same to trauma, all that sort of stuff. We have the same dreams, goals, hopes for our children, that sort of stuff. And we need to stop living these separate lives. We need to start living together as fellow South Africans. And a big issue is that, like, through politics, I mean, this is the best way to divide a country is to divide on racial lines.
Yeah.
Then you start dividing on gender lines. Then you start dividing on sexual lines and all that sort of stuff. And that's how you destroy a country. And unfortunately, it's our government that kind of lets this rubbish proliferate.
Still a long way to go, but I think one day we're going to get there. Speaking of people being divided with their agendas, let's talk about the reason why we're here. I think we still have probably like 4 minutes to spare. Why do men kill themselves? We're going to make it 5 minutes. Why do men kill themselves, Martin? Why do men kill themselves so much? Like, why do we have a high rate of suicide among men?
Yeah, I mean, we've got approximately, 30 men a day kill themselves, probably about 35 people. 30 men a day. That's aside the 76 murders a day that are predominantly men, So why suicide? I grew up in a loving home. No, you didn't. You grew up in an abusive home. Now we need to deal with that sort of stuff. But anyway, that aside, men don't talk. When you get a bunch of women together, they will talk about everything. They will talk for days, right? Get a bunch of men together. What do we talk about? We talk about getting drunk. We talk about women. We talk about soccer. We talk about how strong we are. Or we just don't talk at all. Those are the 5 things that men generally tend to talk about. When we start talking deep things, painful things, hey, but I lost my job and I'm scared because I can't pay the rent at the end of the month. Then your friends then you suddenly discover who your mates are, right? They tend to disperse. But we don't like talking about those things. So we keep quiet and things get worse and worse and worse and worse until at the end of the day you think the only way that I can deal with this is, let me kill myself. My family's better off without me, So you've sunk into a deep, deep depression. And then you start thinking, my family's better off without me, and you take your life. Now your family's got to deal with the fallout of that. Well, Dad didn't love me enough to actually stay around, Maybe it was my fault. Maybe Dad, maybe I was a problem in Dad's life, so he killed himself because of me. Then your wife starts thinking, maybe my husband didn't love me enough and didn't want to talk to me, so that's why he killed himself. So the fallout for your family is actually worse. So when you do finally decide to take your life. So that's kind of the basics that we can cover in 4 minutes.
Yeah. I did say to you that I'm going to try to talk to the programming team that we at least on every Monday choose a different subject and see how we can help men. But one of the things that I'm taking away from the thing that you were saying is that obviously this thing continues to be a vicious cycle, and I think we as a society also from what you were saying, we don't know how to define abuse. We don't see verbal abuse as abuse. You're still young, your brain is still soft. You keep on hearing these negative words and you still believe them, and then somehow it drains or it kills your self-esteem. That's
yes, absolutely.
How do we help men? And we are going to get to what you guys do as Matrix Man, but to people that don't have access to that, to people that are in the outskirts of South Africa, in villages and different places, how do we...
Well, we got solutions for that now, bud. Yeah. So, the question, how do we deal with the low self-esteem? Well, how do we help men? Basically, we need to create safe spaces for men to be able to talk safely. A space where they can come and they can say, hey, this and this and this is happening to me, and somebody can actually assist them and help them out. You know what I mean? That's how we begin to heal men. And we need a lot of healing for men because men have grown up without fathers. We know that 62% of men are 62% of households are fatherless in South Africa. These guys don't have a role model. They don't have somebody that they can follow, that they can learn from, And we need to change that. We need to give them space. We need more mentors. We need more men to stand up and say, I'm going to take care of my family. I don't care what my wife or ex-wife or girlfriend says. I want to be in my child's life. And it's not about how much money I can give. It's about what I can give my child. Time. That's the most important thing. Your kid's not coming to you saying, I want a new pair of jeans. He's just saying, Daddy, I want to play soccer with you. I want to roll around on the ground and wrestle with you. Kids need this. They absolutely need it, So that's the first step, And what we've done is, it's impossible for Matrix Men as an organization to get all over the country. We'd love to. But what we've done now is we've joined forces with an organization called Join Panda. And through that, I run a Tuesday night healing session every Tuesday night from 7 to 8. We do a healing session, and it's very low price. The first 3 are free as well. So there's that. Every Thursday night we have what we call the Man Cave, where men come out and we talk about men's issues. We have different men presenting. And, it's important that we have successful black people, entrepreneurs, standing up and telling the youth, listen, you can make it. You can do something. Kebela, something in the rural areas of South Africa, literacy rates have fallen by 30% amongst boys 15 to 25, right? So in other words, what happens is that only 15% of the boys in the rural areas can actually read and write properly.
Yeah.
Now, clearly something's wrong, whereas it's 46% with girls. Why only 15% of boys? We are doing our boys an absolute disservice with this empowerment of women nonsense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, women need to be empowered. Yes, women should be entitled to equal pay, equal opportunities, equal everything. You know what I mean? But what we've done is we've made it all about women, and boys are losing hope. Boys are saying, I don't need to study. I don't need to go to school because there's no hope for me. Everything is about girls. And we need to start changing that narrative. We need to start speaking out and saying, listen, equal opportunity means that 50% of the jobs are for women, 50% of the jobs are for men.
Yeah.
Finished and clear. You don't take a girl child to work, you take children to work. Yeah. And you empower children. You help children, not just one gender. And this is a scary thing that is happening, Boys are growing up without hope. They're growing up without fathers. They're being abused, sexually abused. You know what? Close to 45% of all children are being abused in their homes.
Yep.
And we need to start. That's half our population, and we need to start changing that story. There's so much to talk about, right?
Let's meet next week on Monday. How do people get hold of you? How do people get hold of the app? Where do they download it? Where do they find you? Where do they find the app?
Yeah, so go to iStore, your, what's the other one, the App Store, Google Play. Download, just look for Join Panda.
Join Panda.
Or Panda Mental Health App. Download the app, it's free. Sign in on Tuesday night. You'll see that it's there will be at 7 o'clock Tuesday night. Just click on the thing. And it's anonymous, guys. You don't have to put your name there. You don't put your picture there. It's anonymous. You can just join in. You can listen. You don't have to say anything. And just listen, learn, grow, and one day hopefully you'll start talking to us and telling us your story.
Well, Martin, let me thank you so much. You've given us a heavy breakfast today. Thank you so much. I'll get in touch with you today. We're going to talk about what we're going to be talking about next week.
Awesome, Carrillo. Thank you, buddy. And I appreciate the airtime and appreciate all you're doing for boys and men, man. You keep up the good work, buddy.
Much appreciated. Right, so ke la super come ke environment so ele masome amabedi le bobedi jela go go ureng ele ya borobo wa tata ke buisa jalo le Martin Pelders na re bua tata ka gore ke eng dilo tse le gore re ka di dira go ka netefatsa gore borre ba ikutlwa jaaka batho borre ba feletse jalo ba sa tse matshelo a bona ngwa dilo tse gore ngwa di bua ke gore borre re feletse jalo re sa bui ga nke re itse se maikutlo a rena gore ke ka tswa le gore ke latlhegetswe ke tiro ke ka tswa le gore jano ka ntla gore selo se se itiragatse ke le monnya ka tsela gore ke reipilwe ga ke bui ke bona ile ntho le gore ke tlhabisa ditlhong ke bona o ka re nna ene le phoso ya me gore dilo tsele gore di feletse jalo di diragala mo botshelong ba is one of the things tele gore re ne re bua ka tsona ne le Martin Pelders e tla go netefatsa jalo gore next week we're probably going to be having a conversation with him again. This is Waterberg FM 99.3. Thank you so much, Martin.
Thanks, Kimberly.
Great entertainment and stunning programming.
Going down.
We thank you for being a part of this journey.
With the best of them.
Waterberg FM.
Go with the flow. Waterberg FM. 99.3. Sedation is a hard. Go with the flow. We will give you more. 99.3. Go with the flow.
Great entertainment and stunning programming.
Going down.
We thank you for being a part of this journey.
With the best of them.
Waterberg FM.
Right, so ke fa ke lebela tsipora kwa me ermetsotso ele masome a mabedi le bobedi jalo go ako o rengele ya bo robongwe tota ke tsa gore ke le gato la rena la bofelo la tshologang ke tlo go tsamegala ga go jalo mo go 0693380057 fa ke boafa ke tlo go feta gapele ka melaetsa ele ya gago ke utlwe jalo gore o ikutlwa jang ka kgakela gore re seka na le Martin Pelders mo tsela gompeno o le moretsi wa Waterberg FM 99.3 o reditse jalo o le go bela o reditse jalo o le go Thabazimpe o reditse jalo o le go Falvater o reditse jalo o le go Shongwane 1 Shongwane 2 Shongwane 3 o reditse o le mo sejanageng sa gago ka tsela gore o lebile jalo go tikologo tsa Johannesburg ka tsela gore go Cape Town o reditse jalo ka app ya rena re go leboga re le Waterberg FM 99.3 fa ke boafa le ke tsamela itsa ele ya gago mo go 0693380057 le mo go 0761768542 re leboga jalo Martin Pelders go tla jalo go ikopanya le rona tla re bona gore di khantse le gore ntse re di tshwere mo tsela gompeno re di tsweletsa ka tsela entseng jang
dumela ka Nelson Mandela Drive dumela ka R510 dumela ka R33 99.3 go on the floor.
Ay, 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 ay.